Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited because today we're going to be reviewing the incredible Bane Maquette from Sideshow Collectibles. That's up next. Welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name is Chris, the Batman statue collector. Thank you so very much for tuning in today because look at what we have in front of us today. We have the incredible Bane Maquette quarter scale statue from our friends over at Sideshow Collectibles, and this is sculpted by one of the greatest statue sculptors on the planet, and I'm talking about Daniel Bell. Now this is actually my third Daniel Bell piece in the Batcave. We had Flash, and we also had the Batman bust, the 1/3 scale-ish bust from him, but this is the first villain that we have from Daniel Bell, and I hope it's the first of many that we see in the Rogues Gallery from Daniel Bell. Fingers crossed. I would absolutely love to see more characters from him. But look at this beast. He is absolutely fantastic. I want to give you a 360 spin so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, I will give you a full detailed review, and I do want to thank each and every one of you that tuned in for the live unboxing. That was awesome. I will put the link up above in case you missed it. But look at this monster. He is absolutely fantastic from top to bottom. He is tall, he is heavy, and he is really well done from Sideshow here. I am just really impressed. Now, a lot of people have said, hey Chris, you love the OG piece, and I absolutely do. I still love it, but I did sell it. I sold it because I don't have room for both, and I had to make a decision. Sideshow over the last few years has been going more to the realism side of things. Maybe a little less comic booky, if that makes sense. And so all of the pieces in my case are a little bit more realistic. And so that's why I wanted to go with this newer Bane. Now again, I'm not saying anything bad about the OG piece, because if I had room, I would still have him without a shadow of a doubt. But I had to move on, so to speak. I had to upgrade, at least in my mind, to a little bit more realistic piece in my collection. Again, is he still hulking? Is he still massive? Yes. But again, I really also wanted another piece from Daniel Bell. Looking at this thing, I'm just blown away by how incredible it is. It has a lot of presence. I love the colors. I love the tubing, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more in the review section. But from top to bottom, this is a really awesome piece. It is just absolutely fantastic. I am going to give you my full thoughts and details right now. So without further ado, let's check it out. Alright guys, Bane is set up here on the table, and let's take a look at him. Let's go ahead and start with the close-up of that portrait, which is just absolutely incredible. Again, sculpted by Daniel Bell. And let me give you kind of a full view of him as we go down to the base and start working our way up, like we always do here, and I can't wait to talk about this one. Okay, so anyway, let's start with the base and all of the detail here. You can really see the level of concrete. It's really nice. It's not just a flat gray. There are some reds in there. Definitely some different color of grays, which look really great in my opinion. I love the texturing there as well. And then of course, this is the main event here. You have that classic Batmobile cover. Hood ornament, if you will. It dates back to the early days of the Batmobile, which is really cool. There's also been some modern interpretations as well, but I really like where all the scratches are. They went in with a silver paint, and it just really looks real in person. It's really well done. That piece does come off, so it just keys right in, but it just looks really great. And basically, you know, whether this is concrete or mud or whatever this is supposed to be, it does kind of look like mud to me. It's also got pieces of shard Batmobile here as well. Just looks really great in my opinion. You also then have the piece of shard metal there sticking up from the frame of the Batmobile. Again, all of those scratches look really great. And I said this is the main event, but this is also the main event. This tire looks really good. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but there is areas where they've painted basically kind of a mud color inside of the tire, which looks really great. I'm really impressed with that. Let me see if you guys can see it. Hopefully you guys can. But the tire just looks really great. It looks very realistic. And then inside the tire there as well, but it's bent. You know, he's bent the frame. Just looks cool, right? It's just really well done. Again, the metal areas here in the back. This is a low profile base. It's not going to take up too much room, which is nice. It's definitely smaller than the OG piece. Although I did like that base better. I did prefer the Bat Signal base. But again, this is just really cool. I mean, how many bases have a wrecked Batmobile in it? I just think they did a really nice job with that overall. I really like what they did there. Again, all of the grays, the silvers, it all works really well, and there's definitely some separation. I've got a light shining on this, but you can see the difference in shading there. Really nice. Definitely nice separation. Let's look at the boots. Really nice sculpted. This is a fully sculpted statue, whereas the OG did have those fabric elements. This, I said in my unboxing, I feel like this could be potentially brittle, I guess. So be careful with those. There's also another one over here on this side, as you can see. Just be careful. Again, that just looks really great. The detailing there, the boots. There is slight weathering, but it's pretty much black. You know, not anything too special here, but I do like the texturing underneath the laces. I think that looks really great. And let's spin it around. Nothing really too much to see back there, but it does look good. Some nice stitching in the leather. Again, it's not leather, it's fully sculpted, but it looks really great. We also then go up the legs, and you're going to notice again, the first of many scratches on this, scrapes, if you will, not scratches, but scrapes. You can see the blood pouring through his knee. Absolutely fantastic. Again, he's been scraping, he's been battling. Looks really great. The muscle definition here looks fantastic. Daniel Bell always does such a phenomenal job with his sculpting, his anatomy. Just absolutely incredible. You notice slight areas of blood here where there's a tear in his pants. Again, his knees just scraped up, bloody. But it's very subtle. It's very subtle. But it's just, it adds that level of realism that you want from Bane. Again, all of the folds of the fabric, really good. Got some very toned buttock area here from Bane. As you would expect, this guy's ripped. And then, of course, those folds, again, just really great. Just, again, the anatomy here is really second to none. It just looks great. You notice the little rips and tears in his pants. So again, it's very much, I mean, like the way the seam is pulling right there. It's very real. It's just very real. How real fabric would go. There'd be pulls, there'd be seams. I love it. Let's take a look at this, the Venom backpack here. The Venom, where you can kind of see through, it's not see-through, but it's meant to be like a little see-through portal, probably to see how full the tank is. That is airbrushed on, as far as I can tell. And then the tubing, guys. I mean, look at the detail here. Look how great that looks. You have all of these little nozzles at the end, but the tubes have bubbles in them. I said that is just absolutely phenomenal. I showed this to my wife the night I unboxed it, and that was the first thing she said, is like, the tubes are awesome. That was the first thing she noticed. And it just has those bubble effects to make it look like it's actually full of liquid. It's full of that Venom. So I for one, absolutely love that. I wish other companies had done that. I know a lot of people compare this one to the Prime 1 Bane, which is not necessarily fair, being 1/3. But I wish that one had this bubble effect. I think it would have taken it to the next level. There you can see the back again. I love the tears, the blood. It just looks so good. The muscles. We'll get to the muscles in the front. And then the back of the mask, how it goes in. There's so many different ways it goes into the mask. Well, 4 ways, I guess. It just looks really great to me. That's all a snug fit. You just plug them into the holes in the back of the mask. This keys in too in the back here, in the trap area. Just looks great. Look at the definition here. This guy's a monster. Alright, so let me kind of pan down here again so you get the whole back side. I know that's not the side you want to see, so we'll spin them around and we'll check out the front here. So let me again pan up here so you can see exactly what you're getting. We'll focus here on the the groin area, I guess you could say. I love the belt here. Again, all of this is very reminiscent of Nightfall, which is what made Bane famous, really. Vengeance of Bane kicked us off. I love the red. I just think that looks really great. The belt is really well painted. It's pretty much just a flat silver. Not a lot else going on, but it looks very metallic. And that red just really pops. Really nice. Alright, let's move up. One of my favorite parts is the scrapes on his elbows. I just think that looks absolutely fantastic. I love it. I also want you to notice the skin. At least on camera and in person here, I feel like the camera is capturing it pretty well. You notice the green undertone to the skin? Bane is being fed this venom. It's literally coursing through his veins here. And it just, the way the veins are shaded, it's just phenomenal. You can see the undertone there, the shading to make the veins pop. It just looks so good. It's just really well done, guys. With that blood, that's one of the reasons I bought this one. I loved the blood on it. I love those scrapes. And again, you have that scrape, and you also have the scrape on the elbow. So all four, you know, both elbows, both knees, all four. He is fighting it out. You have the strap there. Again, that's all magnetized in. Really nice magnet fit. You have the arm, where it pumps into his arm, where it feeds it into him. You also then, let me stand up here. You also have amazing effect here with the hands. Not everybody's loved this pose, but I love the blood. I feel like it could have been a little bloodier, actually. To be honest, the way it was painted, I think maybe the prototype was maybe a little bloodier, but I do think it looks great. It's subtle. It's even got, you know, red areas in the glove itself on those spikes, or maybe, you know, he's pummeled somebody and it's pooled with blood. Just incredible. You also notice like areas like this where it's got little indentions and scrapes from the battle. Looks really good. Again, you can see that green undertone to it. The skin texture here looks really good. There's reds, there's tans. It just looks really great in person. The camera's not justifying how good this thing is. It just looks really great. Let me show you. I think I'm actually standing here a little bit in the shadow. There, maybe that looks a little bit better for you guys. Let's look at the portrait. Again, that looks fantastic. This is the modern portrait. So his eyes are squinting. I feel like this one he looks angrier. Clearly that brow is down. You notice the stitching in the mask itself. Looks great. Let me spin him around just a little. You can see that side. Tube sticking out. I think this is my favorite portrait, but they're both really, really good. Again, just look at that definition. It's just phenomenal. One thing that I didn't like about the OG was the strap. It followed his muscle, which it really wouldn't do that. This one, there's some gap separation here. So I think Daniel Bell did a really nice job with that. It looks way more realistic than that OG did to me. Overall, this one just looks more realistic. I feel like he's going to fit in with the case a little bit better because of all of the modern updates they've done to all the characters. Whereas that OG piece, again, although I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and if I could, I still would have it. But it was a little bit more on the old school comic book cartoony, over exaggerated, which is fine. Again, it's a masterpiece. But I just wanted something a little different, a little bit more modern, a little bit more updated, and I love Daniel Bell, so I was excited to get this one for sure. Look at that face. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so let me go ahead now and I will show you the swap out portrait. And that, of course, is the Nightfall portrait, and I can't wait to show you that one. Alright guys, so here I have the Nightfall portrait on, and just look at that. It looks absolutely fantastic. So much more red, and so many people like this one better because of that red. It just adds to the statue. It really pops him. We kind of zoom back here so you guys can see kind of the full effect of what that looks like with this particular head sculpt. Again, it's a great exclusive. I don't know if it's necessarily EX or dye on this one. It really just depends on your preference. But I am personally really glad that I got it. I am going to swap this one out from time to time. This is one that I'm not just going to keep the same, because I do feel like he looks really good with that portrait. Again, the nice stitching. Same details as the other one, but clearly way more red. Let me actually show you. Let me pick this one up and show you kind of side by side. So you can, again, see that this one right here has way less red. Still a little touch. But I mean, really, it completely changes the statue. It really, really does. Modern, old school 90s. Again, they're both really good. I'm curious as to which one you guys like. Make sure you let me know in the comments. But again, you can't go wrong with either one of these. Again, Daniel Bell did a phenomenal, phenomenal job, in my opinion. Just absolutely think it's fantastic. Really, really cool. Alright guys, so now it's time to measure Bane and see kind of what the dimensions are. Again, this is something that is less of a space hog as the original was. Again, that big bat signal took up some space and he was that hulking. Now, I do believe he's going to be quite a bit taller than that one, but let's go ahead and check out exactly what we have with our measurements here. So, from the base to the top of his head is about 26.5 inches tall, give or take. Again, these are all approximate. Let me go the width from here to here. That is going to be approximately 15 inches in width. So that's about what you're going to need. Depth-wise, you're going to need about, let me double check on this, about 13 inches on the depth there. Again, these are all approximate, but again, I appreciate the smaller footprint on this one. Obviously, he's going to have a lot more height, but overall, it's just a great footprint to me anyway. And I know now you are wanting to see him in the case, so let's check that out next. Alright guys, so here is the moment that you have all been waiting for. Here is Bane inside of the case, and let's check him out. Let's see how he looks in there, see if he fits the rest of the characters. Again, I've went with the modern portrait here. Look how tall he is. I have Mr. Freeze on a riser, and he is equal with him, you know, which is just absolutely incredible. I have always said I wish Mr. Freeze was just a little bit bigger. However, I'm really glad that I have him back there on that riser. And I mean, just look at the height on Bane. Look at him compared to Harley. You know, he is a monster. He is not as hulking as the OG piece, but he definitely fits in this case so well. Let me give you guys kind of a panoramic here again, just so you can see how I currently have all of the characters. I'd love to see some updates, especially on Killer Croc, as you guys know. But there, right there, frame it up real nice for you guys. There is the case. My next premium format going in there will be the Batman Who Laughs from Sideshow, which is a phenomenal piece. Cannot wait to add that. Of course, I am going to be building a bigger case for that so we can fit in. But again, what do you guys think of Bane here in the case? Do you think he fits? Do you think this is the best spot for him? You think it'd be better having him maybe tower over Batman? Maybe have Bane in the middle and Batman down front? I don't know. What do you guys think? But overall, I just think he looks fantastic in the case. The OG looks great in there too. But I am really glad that I picked this one up. Again, there's the wide shot there. What do you guys think of Bane in the case? Alright, as requested on our live unboxing, a lot of you wanted to see the Prime 1 Bane next to the Sideshow Bane. It's not really a fair comparison because of the scale difference. You could just really see the difference in size of base and everything else. But they're both really just phenomenal, guys. They're really awesome. Again, there's the Prime 1 Bane. If you're not familiar, And there is the Sideshow Bane. The Sideshow Bane is a little bit pushed forward, so he would actually be just slightly bit smaller if I had him all the way back. But it gives you an idea. Again, they're both really well done. If you need one Bane in your collection, I think they're both going to serve you very, very well. I think they're both fantastic. I probably prefer the Prime 1 just because of the scale, and it's just I love the head sculpt. But they're both really awesome. Alright guys, so there you have it. What did you think of this incredible Bane Maquette? So many people have seen photos of this thing, they have it in hand. So many people are actually getting it this week. And I just think you're going to be blown away by it. I think you're absolutely going to love it. Now, I do want to say one more thing. I had planned on showing you a special feature about this statue. They actually have a black light feature. I had actually purchased a black light for another piece, actually the Mr. Freeze behind me, and I have misplaced my black light. So I don't have it to show you guys. Basically, it would make the eyes glow a little bit more purplish, kind of like a black light would. So I just wanted to mention that. It is a special feature if you do have a black light on your display. It is a really cool feature. Otherwise, you know, I don't know if you would use it very often or not. But anyway, I did want to make sure I mentioned that. And again, I apologize for not having that for you guys. But regardless, from top to bottom, this is a really great statue. If you're interested in ordering it, I will have the link down below in the description. That does help support the channel, so thank you very much. As far as the recording of this, the EX is still available. And again, fingers crossed, I hope they continue to do more and more of these villains. I would love to see more from the Rogues Gallery, especially from great artists like Daniel Bell. That would just be phenomenal. But I'll take them from anybody at this point. I'm so excited for a Two-Face or a Clayface or a Ra's al Ghul, Penguin. You guys know, we've been talking about it forever. But anyway, I am so glad that we got a new villain. And I would definitely like some villains that we haven't seen before. Again, fingers crossed. I appreciate they upgrade these. But again, we all know we want some new villains. I'm just blown away by it. I love both masks. I'm going to be swapping them out constantly because they're both so darn good. What did you guys think of him in the case? I'm curious as to what you think. Do you guys like this one better? Do you like the OG better one still? Please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, let me give you one more 360 spin here. Again, he's so heavy he's making my, my table here rotate and squeak. But anyway, I'm just really impressed with them. I highly recommend him for anybody that's a Bane fan, a Sideshow fan, or a Batman villain fan. This is a no-brainer piece. I think it'll add a lot of impact and punch into your collection. But again, let me know your thoughts down below. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell, make sure you choose all, that way you don't miss any of this content, and also consider hitting the join button down below for early access to our videos, bat boxes, and other perks. I would love to have you join in all the fun. So again, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day today. You're all amazing. I love you, and I'll see you next time right here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.